DNC Chairman Tom Perez isn't a very popular figure. And this is because he continues to stump for the Democratic Party and gives these speeches across the country, but even though he's talking and his mouth is moving and there's noise coming out of it, he's not saying much of anything at all. So he recently had a speech at a university, and the students, unsurprisingly, didn't really like what he had to say.
This time of my lifetime, we have a president who is in, I don't know who he is, Putin or Trump. They're in a bromance. This is really weird. He's trying to kill healthcare for people, but he doesn't like the name Trump Care. He says it's Ryan Care. You know what? Trump Care, Ryan Care, I'll tell you what it is. It's I don't care, because they don't give a shit, John Burton, about the people who they're hurting.
This is really weird.
This is really weird.
I'll tell you what's weird. That speech was really weird. I mean, what are you saying? You're saying that Donald Trump is in a bromance with Vladimir Putin. However, Donald Trump bombed Putin's ally in Syria. He is doing everything he can to piss off Vladimir Putin. He told Putin that he would be withdrawing from the nuclear arms treaty that Putin and Obama agreed to. So what you're saying makes no sense. And I do, however, agree with the fact that Republicans don't care about people, but don't pretend that Democrats give a shit about people either, because they don't. Because even though Republicans want to repeal the Affordable Care Act and throw millions of people off of their health care, Democrats don't care about the 30 million people that are already uninsured. They just got the ACA passed, and that's their accomplishment they're going to run with. They're perfectly satisfied with the thought that 30 million people don't have health insurance in this country. Now, one of my viewers sent me a video from a different angle, telling me what it's like when you watch Tom Perez spit platitudes in person. So what the students were yelling about, if you didn't hear them because there's a lot of boos and heckles, was single payer. They were yelling single payer, they were yelling get corporate money out of politics, but Tom Perez wasn't hearing any of it. He didn't want to deviate from the script. So this is what happened next.
Hey, shut the fuck up or go outside, all right?
That, my friends, is not what unity looks like. Tom Perez is someone that is a very powerful individual in this country. He has a lot of power. He can use that power to change lives, but he's not doing that. And he was ignoring what they were saying. If you look at the video, there was someone holding up a sign that said, "Healthcare is a human right." And Tom Perez wasn't having any of it. So they then send in one of Tom Perez's goons to tell the supporters to shut the fuck up. Rather than listening to them and hearing them out, they were told to shut the fuck up when they have legitimate concerns about healthcare and net neutrality and the way that the country is going. Tom Perez, he doesn't want to hear us out. He wants to talk and wants us to be quiet. And if we dare to question him, then we're supposed to shut the fuck up. You have people in this audience that aren't just heckling him to be dicks. They are begging the Democratic Party to wake up. And the Democratic Party, people like Tom Perez, refuses to listen. And it's one of the many reasons why Tom Perez continues to get booed at every single speech he gives. It's because he's not listening. We're telling him, we want single payer. Defending the ACA is not enough. We want single payer. But Tom Perez doesn't want single payer. He's not willing to move the party in that direction, even though he would be a hero. It would save lives. And on a recent appearance on Late Night with Seth Meyers, this was what Tom Perez had to say about Medicare for All. "I would love it if I were king for a day to do something akin to Medicare for All, because Medicare has been a very good program and it's helped a lot of people." So in other words, single payer is so difficult to accomplish it that you would have to be king for a day to get it done. And he didn't even unequivocally say if he were king for a day, hypothetically speaking, that he would do Medicare for All. He said he would do something akin to Medicare for All. So even if you were king for a day, you still might do something else, like a public option, Tom? Really? This is why the Democratic Party is wiped out at every single level. They refuse to listen to us. They're saying it's too hard. They can never get it done. For some reason, all the other countries that are modern and industrialized and democracies They can get it done, but we can't get it done. You'd have to be king for a day to get it done. Saying that healthcare for all, Medicare for all, healthcare as a right will never happen sounds pretty familiar to me.
Health emergencies can't wait for us to have some theoretical debate about some better idea that will never, ever come to pass.
What you just heard right there was a losing message. The person who said that lost.
Never, ever, never, ever, never, ever.
And Tom Perez is now taking that losing strategy and he's using that same message. He's doubling down on a losing strategy. You'll never get healthcare. It'll never happen. It's only in your dreams. You're crazy. It's pie in the sky. Well, here's an idea, Tom. We're never going to back down from Medicare for all. It's non-negotiable. And the reason why you're being heckled is because you refuse to listen to us. It's because the Democratic Party is doubling down on your losing strategy and refusing to listen to our plea for Medicare for all, which is a policy that would save lives, that's overwhelmingly popular. But you don't want to do that. So long as you continue to ignore us, you will be heckled. And rather than telling people who are heckling you to shut the fuck up, maybe you should try listening to them. Maybe you should shut the fuck up, Tom Perez, because you don't know what you're talking about.
Support this podcast by joining the independent progressive media revolution today at humanistreport.com.